Hi everyone, this is Ida of Creative to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. Today I have a project share and a small haul. Um, I have been doing a Grinch kind of inspired little series on my channel. And so I've been creating a bunch of different things, all being the Grinch theme. And I picked up a couple of things that um, I think go well with the Grinch, and also one that was shared by Miss Betty, and she's Scrap Passion on one here on YouTube, and I loved it when I saw it on her channel, so I picked it up. One of the things that I picked up is this Tim Holtz colorized tree. I think this is a new one this year, but he did come out with some last year. I think this is from this year though. And I put it together because to me, when I look at these things, they look very animated. So I used that for my project. And then I also picked up the stamp set from Gina Marie Designs that Miss Betty shared on hers. And this was one of the main sentiments that I wanted. And I also wanted this one right here. So I was able to, they came in yesterday and I was able to play with them. And now I can go ahead and add sentiments to my cards. But I did create a card using, of course, the star of the whole series has been this Grinch hand that I have. And I wanted to share it with you because even though I attached a smaller ornament, because it comes with a larger one, it still works. It still works for having that small one in there. But look at that tree. Here is that Tim Holtz tree, and it is several layers, and you can do different shades of green, or I alternated between a foil and then just a matte, pretty much in the same color. There was a little bit of color difference, but not a whole lot. And I love the way this came out. And here is the sentiment that I embossed in white. And it says, "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch," because he's, you can, well, in this case, if it didn't have the sentiment, you could interpret it whether he was putting it back or taking the ornament off the tree. But because of the sentiment, you know that he's taking it. And I love the way it looks. I will give you a tip, though, on these ornaments. They are a little tedious because they're very small, but there's only 4 ornament shapes. And there's 3 layers to the ornament. And whatever you want, the cap, you know, the ornaments have a cap that you put the hook on to hang them on. Whatever color you want that, whether you want it to be gold or silver, that is what you're going to cut the first layer with. When I first did mine, I wasn't sure what they were going to look like, and I cut them out in color, and then I realized that that is the portion that shows just the tip of the ornament, like the cap. So if you want silver, gold, whatever you're doing, black, whatever your hanging element color should be, cut the first die of the ornament in that color. So anyway, and it looks cute, and this really could use more ornaments. I didn't want to add too many ornaments because I did want to add some pine branches, and I want to show you how this is pretty the way it is. It looks very animated, but by adding some pine needle branches that I cut out with my Martha Stewart pine branch punch, I mean, this takes it to a whole new level. It really starts to look different just by, and I'm not even going to glue them in. I'm just going to tuck them in there so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But just that little bit makes a difference. Let's see. I wish I had a left and a right to this, but I don't. I mean, but just by tucking in these little branches, just by tucking in the little branches, it gives the tree a whole different look. It's so pretty. Let's see, where do I want to go with that? Let's say there. And then this one, I will want it facing the other way. And I'm just going to place them there, and then I'm going to show it to you how, just by doing that simple thing of adding the little punch branches in there, it makes a tree look totally different. And then, of course, you know, you can go in if you have a die that has the Christmas tree trimmings, and I happen to own one that does. So I could definitely add Christmas lights and all of that to my tree if I wanted to. But for now, I just wanted to share with you how just by adding those branches, it makes the tree look totally different. It really, really brings it to, I mean, it's already a cute tree, but when you add those extra little details, it just takes your card or any project to the next level. So that is my card that I created for my Grinch inspired series that I'm doing. And I also made my own envelope using my punch board. It does have an envelope that worked with this size of card, and this measures 3.5 by 8.5, and there is a measurement for a card that would fit an envelope for this size card, but you do have to trim off the tip of the envelope because it's actually too long. And in this right here in this portion, instead of trimming it off, I just scored it where I wanted it to be and tucked it in and glued it down. And this portion I did have to cut, and I did add a piece of double-sided tape there, so when they give this away, it already has the envelope for it. And then I was able, let me just take my branches off, but I am going to put them back on there, you guys, after my video. I just wanted to share this with you guys, how it looks totally different without. And I did add, there's my sentiment from my stamp set. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. And yes, it does. So this is the card that I created. Now I want to share with you guys a small haul that I got in, and I have been accumulating it for a little bit. It's nothing major. Oh, before I forget, see how it's the same hand die, but it's got a bigger ornament, and it works. The same hand, a smaller ornament, and it works. So there you go. That way you can compare that. It doesn't matter if you're using a bigger ornament die or a smaller, and you don't even have to use the one that came with, this is the one that came with this die. You don't even have to use that one. You can use any ornament die that you have, because I used the Tim Holtz wreath. You know, I've used different things, but pretty much like I said, the main die that I have been using is just a hand, and you know, positioning it, putting it in different positions, and it has been working for me, and I really like the way that looks. So these will go into my Grinch box. So there's another addition to the Grinch box. Now I want to share with you my haul, and it is from Amazon, Dollar Tree, and I think it was Joann's. I've had it a while and I hadn't shared it. So I picked up these mini gates or fences, and they're Christmas ones for miniatures, and they're plastic. And I picked these up at the Dollar Tree because I have a bunch of Anna Griffin house dies, and I have some Scrap Diva house dies, and I have just different different house dies that I wanted to be able to use this with on my cards or a 3D project. And I only picked up one of the brown and then two of the white. They do have like I don't know, it's like a little shrub right here on either side, and you would definitely have to if you want this to be flat, you would have to take off the one side to use it. But it's just plastic. I'm sure it will come off easily. So I did pick up two whites and one brown. Those were the only two colors that I saw them in, and I didn't go crazy. Normally I go crazy and I buy a bunch. But if I make a Christmas card, what I like about it is that the gate portion of the fence has a wreath already on it. So I thought that was super cute, and that is from the Dollar Tree. Let me move it aside. And then I picked up some things from Amazon. That Christmas tree, the Tim Holtz being one. Here is the colorized wreath. I had already picked this up, but I want y'all to see how these, all of these look very animated. And then I picked up one more. Let me see if I can find it, or did I? Here it is. And then I finally found this one. And this is from last year, and this one's from last year, but I believe this one is this year. But they all work. They look the same. So I really like that. Let me move my branches. But they all work, and I love the way these look. I did use these on my little gift card holders from Scrap Diva. I used her dye to create gift card holders, and I embellished just with a one of these holly leaves there, because like I said, these look very animated and they work for me. So here's my little collection of the Tim Holtz colorized dies, and the reason they're called colorized is because you cut in the back, it'll tell you green 1, green 2, green 3, or whatever color you're supposed to cut it in, and that's why they're called colorized. The only thing that I wish that they would do is make those words a little bit bigger, because when you get to be my age, you don't see as well as you used to. And sometimes I even have to get the camera on my phone, y'all are gonna laugh, and kind of like if I'm taking a picture, so I can make it bigger so I can see what it says. Oh, and by the way, I was cleaning my craft room. You guys will never guess what I found. You will never guess in a million years. So I'm gonna tell you what I found. I found my desk. I had tons and tons of stuff on top of my desk, you guys. You couldn't even see the countertop. Now you can see it. Another thing I wanted to share. I'm a big Tim Holtz fan. So this is the little embossing folder that I used on my mixer that I created, my mixer recipe book die, and I wanted to emboss the bowl to the mixer. And because if it's a smaller piece, it's not really small, but it's smaller. And what I like about these little folders is that the proportion of whatever the embossing is smaller. So it's in proportion with the bowl that I was using. And this is the one I have been using. I'm not even sure if it's even available anymore, you guys. If I can find any of these things, I will link them in the description box below. Not the Dollar Tree. You'll have to go to the Dollar Tree and find that. Another thing that I picked up, and I don't have an image, this is from Amazon. This is a Santa mug, but you can do either Santa or Mrs. Claus. And the reason, I'm going to tell you the reason I picked this up, just because of this little spoon and the glasses. I don't have anything that tiny, and I wanted something that tiny. But all these other little bits are just bonuses. This one is a little peppermint. And there's 2 sizes right here. The only thing I wish that the peppermint stripes were more pointy, more defined, and not look like a blob of something, because I did cut them out, and I'll share them with you guys. And y'all tell me what you think. Yeah, I cut them out in red, and I cut them out in white, and I really didn't care for them. I mean, they're okay, because I thought, ooh, I'll use these to decorate my Grinch tree, because they are a very good size, and I guess they would look okay, but this really, I would have liked for the stripe portion to be more defined, more detail. So that's that. Let me move this over. And then for my mixer, the mixer die set that I'm having made, I did create a sample. I shared it on a previous video. You can go into my channel and look for it. It's called It's a Family Secret, and that is going to be that's going to be Happy Mail. It's going to someone, and I wanted to get some stamps that they could use in that recipe book. So I picked this one up off of Amazon, and I love the stamp set. It says baked with love and care. Then it's got a 1/4 cup, 1 cup, 1/2 cup, and 1 scoop. It's got the little spatula and the whisk, the hand mixer, the word recipes, and then it's got the reason I picked, one of the main reasons I picked it up, because it has the different categories that you would put in a recipe book. So the recipient, if she wants to do a dessert one, if she wants to do a soup one, or whatever, however many sections they want to have in their recipe book, they will be able to, stamp whatever that happens to be, that section of their recipe book. So, and I did open it because I couldn't see everything because of the sticker, but I am going to I didn't open it, I just opened this bag. I'm going to reposition it, but you can see where it says main, it's got the word dishes, snacks, approved, side, baking, yummy, salad. So they can label every had every section in the recipe book. So that's what I picked this up for. That's going for Happy Meal with the recipe book. And then Lady Cree was sharing a gift card die set, or a gift card holder that she created. It's a wallet, a gift card wallet, and I kind of liked it, so I picked it up. I haven't received everything. It was from two different companies. So the stamp came from Jaded Blossom, and then the die came from My Creative Time. So I haven't gotten the die in, but I did get the stamps, and this is perfect for gift giving. No matter what the occasion is that you're giving a gift card or cash. I'll hold it up so you guys can see. If I think they still have it, I will link it so you guys can hop on over there and get it. But I really like this. So thank you, Lady Cree. She's the one who shared it, and I really like it because I needed something like that. And then a while back, I was in Joann's, and there was a couple of stamp sets that I liked. I do like stamps, even though I'm not a colorist. I'm not a good colorist. I love stamps. But mostly what I do is I'll emboss, not necessarily color, because I'm not that great at it. I'm still learning. But I picked up this Christmas tree, I think back in October, you guys. And it was clearance. I don't think I paid very much, $4 or $5 for it. But I love it that it says, oh, Christmas tree. And I just love the artwork on the tree. I think it's really pretty. Love it. So I picked this up thinking I could emboss a Christmas tree. And if I had to color in a little bit the ornaments or something, it's not real big images where it's going to look bad. But this was on clearance, and I'm not sure if they still have it, but it is from Hero Arts. So you can stop by Joann's because they still carry stamps. I know a lot of these stores are not carrying too much of the scrapbooking products, and so we're having to shop online, but they still have stamps. And then the other one I picked up is this one, and this one was $24.99, but it was clearance. I don't think I paid very much for it either. And this is more for stamping, for anyone who does any kind of stamping. But there's a sentiment in here that I like. Let me see. Where is it? Right here. You impress me. If any of you have impression dies, this is a perfect sentiment for any impression, because I have the better press from Spellbinders, the plates, and I also have the shims, the platform, and I have been creating for Spellbinders. But this sentiment right here, you impress me, because the letterpress leaves an impression on the paper, and I thought this was perfect for that, or for anybody who loves stamping. So this did come from Joann's. I will search for it on Amazon. I will just search for both of them, and if I find them, I will link them. I'm not sure if I'm going to find them, but if I do, I will link them. And then one more thing I picked up for my recipe book. Here's the recipe book I was talking about. And if you didn't see this, I do have a video sharing that. But because this is a gift, and I will be packaging it pretty and all that good stuff when I get ready to ship it out, I felt like this was a great stamp set to go along with the recipe book, because whoever the recipient is, they might not have all this baking stuff, and that way they can stamp it. Another thing I picked up are these small silicone spoon and spatula, because I use these a lot in my kitchen, whether I'm making oatmeal, whether I'm making, like I made that candy recipe, the pecan candy recipe. I use silicone spatulas or spoons to mix that up because nothing sticks to it. So, and these are smaller than the big size, and these I got picked up at Dollar Tree, you guys. They do have Christmas ones. I know they're out there somewhere because I own a set, and they have the wooden handle, but I couldn't find any here in my town locally, and I live in a very small town. But when I go to the next town over, if I have a chance, I will look for some Christmas ones because that's what I wanted to include with this. But I wanted them to be small, like these right here. I think these are only 8.5 inches long. They're small, and I have small hands, so I love small cooking utensils. Anyway, guys, that is all that I had to share with y'all today. And oh, one more thing. I did get my snow in, and this one is called True Snow by Aleene's. But I I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. There's one that has glitter by Aleene's as well that I prefer over this one. I picked up this one to try it for my Snoopy ornaments, and it's okay, but it doesn't have that sparkle, so you do have to add the sparkle to it. The other one has the sparkle, and you don't have to add anything to it. So I think that I'm going to pick up the other one, and I'll link the other one in the description box below. This doesn't have any sparkle or anything like that. This is just like a some kind of modeling paste, but it's more like it's very soft, like whipped, but it will hold firm. Let me share with you guys what that looks like. I did use it, but I did have to sprinkle some glitter on it because it didn't have any sparkle. This is the ornament that I used it on. See how it's, you can do little slopes and whatever because it goes on um, almost like whipped icing. That's what it goes on, and you do have to hang it because it's you have to let it dry so it'll hold the shape. And then I just sprinkled some chunky glitter on it on the edges because you won't really see the bottom because it'll be hanging, but you'll be able to pick up the edges to see the edges. Plus the lights, when they're twinkling, it'll reflect off the glitter. So that's what I did with it. But like I said, I prefer the other one over this one. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day and God bless. Bye.